flow show thing. They need help with the with internet, and then they also need help with training the people. Training the kids, because the kids just come and turn the computer on and go back. They don't do anything.
So you see, to that point, Philip, that's what I'm saying. Like, the computers are there. So when you start the project, you're not saying, oh, we need computers. That may not be that necessarily not the issue. The computers are there. What do we do with them?
So from a previous experience working with someone else who runs a computer lab in schools back home, we might think about a way that, because the way he does it is the school hire him or contract him, and he provides the lab, and he paid the person who run just that lab. So we might want to pay someone to run the lab. Now what that entails is that we got to pay for a generator whenever the lab is running. So we got to get a generator, and it might not be running consistently, but the lab hour is 1 or 2 hours. The generator needs to be powered on, and the person needs to be paid at least whatever the price is for that lab to run. But that's the only way we can get a computer lab to be functioning in a school like that.
Yeah.
And we got to take it on our kind of responsibility that we pay the person to run it.
And what that entails,
Correct.
if we can afford that ongoingly,
Exactly.
engage with the school administration, say, where can we meet you halfway if
Exactly.
we want to implement this. So yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I was just asking about the internet connection. Did we check to see how much it costs in Liberia to have internet access?
60 somewhat dollars.
It varies too. It could be lower, it could be higher. And with a computer lab, you might want to go with a better bandwidth, so you might pay over $60 for that. And because you want to be, the way he does it is you share it from a particular server. I've seen the lab picture of the guy here. This one is more, I would say, back there. It's older, but the way you do it right now, you use a team client, and you will share it from a server, and the resources that the computers are using will be very little. So they'll be sharing one bandwidth from one computer, in essence. So we don't have to pay for internet per computer.
6 down for 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is a great point to think about. And we have what the layout looks like for the high school, as far as the computer lab. Even checking with them to get those hours in place into what does that entail? How many classes? How many? Is it 10 to 12 grade? Is it So that stuff we can dive into more. Yeah, but we didn't really do much about the computer lab since we didn't take on that project for 2018, 2019. We just wanted them to send us some photos so that we can see what it looks like, and then we can dive into that conversation much further. Any other questions on the project?
You got a question?
Excuse me.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Aisa Williams.
Nice to meet you.
All right. I'm sorry that I walked in late. I really didn't have an opportunity to go through this, to know what's going on. But I heard you talk about that lab. The lab is important to have. Having the lab is one thing, in terms of the project, because. But I know another thing that's important, and I think that's something that he's saying here, about not only delivering those computers, but having someone there to tutor the kids, operating the lab, and also maintaining it, because that's important. So I think in addition to the cost to not only purchase the computer or deliver the computer and have someone training them, but also operating and maintaining the lab is also important. So, in terms of budgeting or adding to the project cost, because that would be more like a continuous process, in terms of maintaining the lab. I just want to throw that in there.
Great point, and like you said, you didn't step in before them. We're just talking about the previous project, which is the science lab, not the computer lab.
Oh.
Just talking about now that we send materials in the amount of $3,045, does it stop there? We need somebody who's a lab tech to make sure that those items that we send, those instruments, are maintained. So it's the same line of thought with as we dive into that. So thank you.
Okay, let me throw in a little bit. Speaking of that, right? There are multiple ways we can go about. You know, instead of hiring somebody and putting somebody on site, it's a lot. So what we could do, contract some firm. Hey, Alex, contract some firm that will do the initial setup. Because with computers, once you set it up, the only time you're working on let something breaks. So we set it up, and then have some company contractor that does help desk. So say if they have issue, the person can just run there, and we pay them for that little break. They fix it, on you go. So whether it's going to be contract basis, $5 per computer or $2.50. So we save money. Again, we're going to have somebody sitting in the corner there forever. It's going to cost a lot. So I think that's an approach all in America. So once we get there, we can kind of work it out. But it's a brilliant idea to get a lot going. And one I think we can get the first $600, to get internet access, and just talking. And then it'll just put a little thing on the school fees for the kids. $600, $2 a piece.
Keep it viable.
And the lab will keep.
Repeat that part.
Okay.
The school fee.
Sorry. I went to my Then I was saying, okay, we get a laptop for the first time for $600. We get the first internet access for the entire school year, right?
Yes.
And then when they go into the next school year, they can split that $600 across tuition. So if they got 500 students, they divide it by 500, and everybody get a share of that, and they keep repeating it, so they have it.
Like I said, the firm that I deal with back there is exactly what they do. You go and sign a contract with the school, and the school splits the amount on the student's tuition. So if that's something we want to do, I mean, it's a little higher for the students, but if we want to take some of the costs from that, we can purchase the equipment, and then the maintenance of or the person who's going to be maintaining that can be split up in terms of cost for the student.
I mean, it depends on how we want to spend.
No, I'm saying we can purchase the equipment, and the students can be split up the internet cost, or split up another maintenance fee.
And do you have an idea?
So which means we have a lot to talk about. So this is a continuing process. So let's deal with what we have on table.
That's what you're all
Let's move to the next agenda.
Yeah, so I think that the ideas are really brilliant, but we can form a team, that can discuss it further, and make sure that, we capture all the details before proceeding, because, the brainstorming is one thing, but, just ensuring that we have all the loose end, tighten, so we don't make the mistake the first time. It's always good to get it right the first time. At the end of the day, and that kind of proper planning and deliberating and making sure everything's fair. So without further, we want to say thanks to Jose. We did a good job, and we like I always say, we can only improve. We can only improve. There is no right or wrong way for somebody to approach this thing. The only thing that happens is just looking at the outcome. And so far, our outcome looks good, and we can only kind of build up from the gains and move forward to the next step. Thanks. And at this point, we will ask Rex. I know you've been collaborating with the publicity.
Terry.
Yeah. So Terry.
I'm Rex Bowman.
Y'all need a computer? Y'all need a computer?
To do it.
No, I don't. If y'all need a projector.
The rest of the PowerPoint, I would just.
I'll show the website part of it and explain a little bit about it.
But you need to get in your Google, where you have it saved.
I was just going inside.
Oh, it's on the, okay.
See why we need an association computers.
Yeah.
That's not clear.
So, my name, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow alumni again. My name is Rex Harris.
What's up with this today?
important.
Are you taking care of Jenna?